Taiwan has over 1,300 screw factories and is ranked 5th in the world by production output. First place is China, followed by the US, Japan and Germany. Taiwan is unusual in that the top 4 countries' high output is backed by their domestic markets. Taiwan is alone in that 90% of its production is for export. Taiwan was the world's largest fastener maker before 2003 when China caught up. Over the decade, however, Taiwan's exports have shown no signs of decreasing despite the rise of China. Instead, it is continuing to grow and shows that Taiwan remains competitive in international markets.
China's average unit price is $1.7 US, while Taiwan is around $2.7 US. Unit price-wise, we are a lot higher than China. However, when we look at advanced countries, Japan is $9 US and Germany is over $7 US. Most of Korea's production goes to domestic demand, but what little it exports to the European Union fetches over $5 US. This means Taiwan can do more in terms of unit price.
Taiwan's fastener industry was born over 60 years ago when Chongyu, the first screw and nut factory, was founded after World War II. Apprentices that set up their own companies but continue to work for their old employers, as well as brothers or relatives who also set up their own businesses. It not only created a complete supply chain for Taiwan's fastener industry, but also gave it a human touch. Most of the factories are clustered within half an hour's drive of each other. Their development is based on one of the symbiosis and profit sharing.
Taiwan has a very complete supply chain for our industry. From the raw steel supplied by China Steel to heat treatment and galvanization, we have the most comprehensive support of any country. It's hard to find a country as convenient as Taiwan, with deliveries taking at most half to 1 hour. If you want the same support overseas, 2 hours is quite normal. Therefore, Taiwan really enjoys a big advantage when it comes to transportation.
There are many types of screws, and even the largest companies cannot possibly produce all the screws used in the industry. When customers come to Taiwan, it is like shopping at the department store. There are plenty of counters and brands to choose from. From a marketing perspective, our clustering means the customers can visit 10-20 factories within 3 to 5 days. These factories offer buyers different products, markets and features. This clustering is what sets us apart from other industries. Due to the unique history of this cluster, every company is more than willing to be of service to visiting customers. If the customer wishes to visit another fastener company, they can tell us and we'll be more than happy to take them there. When it is time for lunch or dinner, our customer might dine with over a dozen fastener companies, something that our customers find quite unusual.
There are many types of fasteners. To avoid competition from low-priced products, Taiwanese firms are not only developing towards mid and high-end products, but also striving to satisfy customers' diverse purchasing needs.
We are probably the best of Taiwan's small screw factories. We do everything ourselves, from ordering to production to manufacture. We make our own molds and even set up a mold workshop. Wire drawings used to be outsourced, but we now do it in-house. If they give us a prototype screw, then we can make a drawing from it. Give us the usage requirements, and we can easily determine whether it needs surface galvanization or zinc plating, as well as the torque and mechanical properties. In Southeast Asia and China, you will not find anyone making screws in this way. We make all our machinery ourselves. We do not need foreign imports because the machines we make are already good enough.
We are probably the largest expansion bolt maker in Taiwan. It is locked inside a concrete block, so the strain, torque, and shear strength are very important. We purchased the same equipment as our Japanese customer and used the same test method. This gives us the same test results as Japan. We want to replace their manufacturing. I do everything that my customer needs to do and supply it to him.
像我们公司专门在挑战世界各地的。
Our company specializes in challenging timber from around the world. Our lab contains timber from different countries, as well as some that our customers gave us to test. We do this so the screws we develop can handle and overcome timber growing in any location and climate. 20 years ago, I had the idea that I did not want my customers to have to store all kinds of screws for timber. I wanted to design a screw that would work and be all he needs in his inventory instead. A screw is a small thing, but we alone have 80 patents. Our organization, technology, and production lines are now all digitized, informationized, and barcode enabled. All production is closely and rigorously controlled, as we also produce automotive parts. We are now using automotive quality standards to produce our own patented fasteners.
Chunyu has been in the screw industry for over 60 years and is relatively well developed. More than half of our orders are now produced to customers' drawings. Chunyu had already entered the railway market 4 or 5 years ago. For standard parts, we have developed collated screws as well for the collated screw market. Cost effectiveness is the key for collated screws. In Western countries where manual labor is relatively expensive, it can replace wall screws. We have also broken into the heavy industries and heavy machinery. We are now delivering on a regular basis. We are also continuing to cooperate with transnational groups in the automotive, aerospace, green energy and wind power fields. We have an affiliated company named Chunsu that sells heading and rolling machines under the Lion brand. It is well known internationally and their machine quality is the same as our screws.
Fasteners are one of the traditional industries that consume more fuel and power. The global trend towards environmental protection means that, in addition to the certification expected of modern factories, Taiwanese firms have also adopted in their own way.
We built this factory in 2006 and started using it in 2007, so it has been 6 years now. It has excellent lighting, but only 50 to 60% of the heat gets in. This is because it uses double glazed glass for double the filtering. This way we get 100% of the light, but block out 50% of the heat. Normal factories only reach up to the eaves of our factory. We are probably almost 2 floors higher than normal factories, making it warm in the winter and cool in the summer inside. Our company keeps the lights off between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. With our more than 4,000 ping plus factory and very high ceilings, we must use very high power mercury lamps for lighting. You can imagine just how much power that takes. That is why we took the lighting into account when designing the factory. Now, we only need to turn on the lights for night shift and after 5 p.m. What we are really proud about is that all production uses our green, eco-friendly process. The painting line, for example, uses a resin-type paint for surface treatment. Our design makes it 100% pollution-free as possible. Our painting factory produces exhaust that is not true emissions. We collect all of the gases from the painting process, then burn everything in the gases before it is released.
Chunyu's factory includes a waste acid treatment plant, so we can recycle 98% of waste acid. We have a wastewater treatment plant as well. We have also purchased large numbers of heavy machinery for cold forging. This replaces hot forging because it is better for the environment, energy saving and carbon reduction.
We carried out an ISO 14064 greenhouse gas inventory in 2011. Our carbon dioxide equivalent emissions were just over 3,000, quite a tiny figure for an operation of our size. We then measured our product carbon footprint.
We have developed an oil filter machine that we sell to other fastener companies as well as people that found us online. This machine is CE certified and has been sold in Europe. Taiwan's oil filtering machine only needs the sump clean once every 12 years instead of annual cleaning, which is the norm. Cleaning the sump costs $3 million and involves hundreds of barrels of oil, so it is quite expensive. 1 year or 12 years makes for a great difference.
Like Homebrand that developed its own oil filtering machine due to its production needs, Taiwanese fastener factories' product lines have now expanded beyond mere fasteners to take a more macroscopic perspective.
This collated screw gun is also a screw gun developed by Chunyu. It offers adjustable depth, reversible torque, 18-volt lithium battery. The design is very ergonomic and protects the hands as well. This is a quick-release design. Adding this part turns it into a collated screw gun. This gun's overall design, one-step feeding function, the extendable quick screw length adjustment as well as the entire internal structure have all been patented internationally. This quick release function is designed to offer the client a more effective replacement than conventional collated screw guns. A collated screw gun is usually just a collated screw gun. Ours is two tools in one. We combined all of the functions and strengths of collated screw guns on the international market, fixed the weaknesses and made it more convenient for the user. Our goal is to maximize cost effectiveness for the customer.
We have set up another company called BioMate. It applies our core expertise and technical capabilities to the biomedical devices field. It is doing quite well and is in its 6th year. Clinical trials have been completed and it is now on the market. Dental implants have a very high unit price. Screws worth $2.7 a kilo pale in comparison to dental implants, but its market is very closed. We have also set up a medical device company called Alliance. The technology involved for dental implants is actually simpler than fasteners, but it uses different material. Fasteners use carbon or stainless steel, but dental implants use titanium alloy. The different materials mean differences in processing. The product precision required, however, is not much harder than fasteners. Simply put, dental implants are an extension of a critical core technology in fasteners. Around 60% of the technology is the same. You then rework it with medical grade stuff. In this way, you gradually come up with a complete product and then expand into other biomedical applications. We are now studying lasers as well. Can you imagine how different lasers and biomedicine are?
Whether they are continuing to focus on the fastener industry itself or leveraging their core expertise into other industries, Taiwan's fastener industry is continuing to refine and transform itself after more than 60 years in search of continued innovation and sustainable development.